Hi, this is James Melendez, James the wine guy, here to talk about Carmenere. Now, I'll talk about this wine in another video. This is a Colchagua from Chile, and no surprise, and it's Carmenere coming from somewhere else. Big surprise. Now, this varietal is something that I think it's really important to talk about. I looked at my videos online and I did a search, and you couldn't find the content on an overview, so hence its own review. And without being repetitive and giving the same information, I'm just doing it slightly differently here. Now, this is a 6 Bordeaux grape. Today in France, you're going to find this very rarely. You're not going to find it in this composition, which is 93% Carmenere, 7% Cabernet Sauvignon. You will find Carmenere in other places in the world, in the U.S., in Washington, California, Italy, and a bit in Australia. But again, the mothership, if you will, is in Chile, found in 3 places. Now, it's found in the Rapel Valley, Maiplo, and Colchagua valleys. So here it's a really fascinating, wonderful grape. Now in France it's sort of been known as a Grande Vidure in Bordeaux. It is something that cannot be placed on the bottle here. That's against EU regulations, so hence the name Carmenere is something that is applied to this varietal name. Now in '94, a enologist from the Montpelliers Oenology school, Jean Michele Boursquot, confirmed that this was not Merlot, and there's not even a clone of Merlot. It's its own varietal. It is Carmenere. Now, that is interesting because for 150 years, you would have even blendings of 50% of this to Merlot. So in essence, you were doing a blend for that period of time. Now, to be fair, I think that that is something that, you know, it's logical. And this is the world of wine when we think of it, is that in isolation, Chile being very far from Europe at that point, when this is being grown 150, 160, 170, 80 years ago, and then there's that connection that is lost. So you don't have that full knowledge stream coming back to you to understand maybe, no, in fact, that was not Merlot, it was Carmenere. So that's what happens. Some wondrous things happen and mistakes happen, but also some other things occur along the way, which are different names for wine grapes, lots of synonyms for grapes. And find that to be very fascinating. So you'll find this in a composition maybe 100%, and similar to this, maybe you'll find 93, 90% to another 10%, or other varietals being mixed with this or blended with this. You're going to find some just straight blends as well. Very distinct flavor profiles. On this, you get a lot of spice notes, smoke, chocolate, bay leaf, thyme, fennel, just so many different components, black plum, cherry, and it's really its own wonderful signature. Now there are about 8,800 hectares in Chile right now, and that's about 21,745 acres. So it's something, if you haven't had a Carmenere, take a bottle, try it. It's really inexpensive. It's something that is, I think most people have said to me they need to acquire taste for it, and once they do, they really are hooked to it. For me, from day one on, the first pour, I was in love. I thought it's an amazingly compelling, very different grape varietal that you are tasting, something that is unique and interesting. And I'll talk about this in another review. So for more wine reviews, please go to jamesthewineguy.com. Please subscribe to my videos on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Vimeo, Google+, and Pinterest. Salud.